Welcome to the implementation video. How we set up the evaluation in your school. The first thing we ask you to do is to identify a group of learners. And then using our What Worked trial wizard, it then randomly allocates these to an intervention and control group. You complete the pre-spelling test with both the groups. Then the intervention group will use the look, say, cover, write, check intervention, and the control group will continue as business as usual. And then you complete the post-assessments with both groups. So let's tackle this from a step-by-step approach. So in the planning stage, identify a group of learners to participate in the evaluation from the same year group. Then, using the guidance which we'll provide, identify 40 challenging words from the National Curriculum Guidance. These will be introduced by 10 new spellings over a week for 4 weeks, and then select 20 words from this to use as a pre- and post-assessment task. Using the trial wizard on the What Worked Teachers platform, randomly assign the learners to intervention and control. So step 4, complete the pre-assessment spelling task with both the intervention and control groups. Record the marks in your Excel tracking spreadsheet and then input this into the trial wizard. For the intervention group, deliver the targeted intervention. Use your professional judgment to decide the frequency, whether it wants to be daily or weekly, but log this in the process of evaluation so we can understand how this has been deployed in your school. The control group will continue as business as usual for the duration of the trial. Then complete the post-assessment spelling task, which is the same as the pre, to both the intervention and the control group. Record the marks in the Excel tracker located in the resource folder and input this into the post-test on the trial wizard. So that's it that you have to do for setting up the trial in your school. So just a very quick recap on the intervention. The target group for this one is year 2 and 3 pupils. The intervention is delivered by a teaching assistant in small groups, and it can be set as weekly homework, and each session will take approximately 10 minutes. The intervention you're doing is the look, say, cover, write, check. This is a method of spelling where children study a word, say the word aloud clearly, paying attention to the spelling, cover it up with a piece of paper or their hand. We do include a template. Write the spelling next to the original word and check their version to see if they got it right. Then write the correct spelling again if this is necessary. And this version of the strategy emphasizes reading and saying the word aloud to help connect the written and spoken word. So how do you select the spellings? So if you go to the national curriculum, you'll be able to see at the end that you have a list of spellings. So please use this to create a spelling list of 40 words that you will select for the intervention. And then each week, the learners will practice 10 new words for the look, say, cover, write, check with a teaching assistant. Resources. We've included a template. You don't have to use it, but you can if you do. It's on a Word document which you can print off. And then the tracking spreadsheet is included in the resource folder. The reason we do this is that we don't have personalized learner details on the What Worked platform. So where it says student 1, student 2, student 3, you basically put in the student name and then you identify for yourself who's in the control and who's in intervention, and then you keep a log of your pre and post test scores. Some key considerations. Logistical issues need to be considered before using a targeted spelling intervention. So is there a suitable time of the day where this can be delivered? The location, will this be in a classroom or will it be somewhere quite like a library? Supervision. If you do not have sufficient TAs to deliver this as an intervention and you do have 2 form entries, we do have another version of the trial, which is class level. So you could use that one. Reminders. It's often good just to set reminders for the students so they don't forget. Resources, just if you're using the templates, make sure these are printed in advance. And then rewards. Are you going to link any rewards to this for the students? Logistical barriers are common in any intervention delivered in schools, so it is important to consider these prior to starting. So the assessment. The outcome measure is an attainment as defined by the pre-test spelling test. The assessment is marked out of 20, and this is the same for both the pre and the post assessment. As both the control and the intervention groups receive the same assessment, familiarity with the assessment should not bias this. So from your list of 40 words, you select 20 of these to be the pre and post assessment. Use exactly the same for the pre and the post. If you can complete the assessment under test conditions, allow approximately 10 to 15 minutes for this. And if you can provide an example of the word in the sentence for each of the spellings, provide context, and then just make sure you record the pre and post assessment scores on the tracking spreadsheet. So that is the end of the implementation. The next step will be to download the protocol and then to download the resource folder, and then you can start your trial.